School. Shangzhou #1 High, you start tomorrow. Here's your allowance for the month. I'm going abroad, and if it's not enough, just call. She said her piece and went straight upstairs to pack. Not long after, she came back down dragging a big suitcase. She never looked at me once. Mom, stay safe out there. Silence. On the table, a brand new transfer notice and a cold stack of cash. That was the only motherly love she ever gave me. Meanwhile, over at Shangzhou's mountain circuit, engines were roaring and a slick Pagani was way out in front. Behind the wheel was that red-haired girl, Chen Qin. And instead of braking at the turns, she just drifted clean through and crossed the finish line first. Qin, are you insane? We couldn't even see your taillights. Get good. Qin, you down to hit the Hong Kiao Club tomorrow? Heard there's a bunch of new faces. Chen Qin just smirked, got in her car, and drove off. Qin, you coming or not? Wait up! That night, outside the Hong Kiao bar, Chen Qin and Xie Lin Lin walked in together. Qin Lin Lin? The usual? Yeah, get a gin in here. On it. Little did I know, while Chen Qin was settling into her booth, I was about to start a whole new chapter. Next morning, September in Shangzhou, cool autumn breeze, I walked alone toward Shangzhou #1 High. So this is the new cage my mom set up for me? They say it's this historic old-school campus, but I couldn't feel any of it. First stop, the principal's office. Running into someone I'd only ever seen in textbooks actually gave me a little thrill. He was super chill and got my enrollment sorted quick. Then sent me to Mingdi Building to find my homeroom teacher. I was in 11th grade, and per my mom's orders, stuck in the science track, which I hated. I pushed open the homeroom teacher's office door. A woman with flawless makeup but a dead serious face was sitting inside. She picked up my transcripts, glanced at them for a second, and tossed them aside. I don't care where you came from or how great your grades were there. Here, you start from 0. The gap between where you're from and here is massive. The material, the difficulty, the competition, totally different level. Maybe you were #1 back there, but here, you might not even crack the top 100 in your grade. I know. Here's the form for your uniform. Go pick it up at the student council storage room after school. But just as I grabbed that form thinking I was finally starting fresh, Chen Qin was putting on a whole show back at the bar. In the VIP room. Qin, you heading home tonight or crashing upstairs? Chen Qin slowly opened her eyes and said quietly, home. Xie Lin Lin was about to say something when the door suddenly burst open. Well, if it isn't Miss Chen Qin, what brings you to a little spot like this? Here to see me, sis? He plopped down next to Chen Qin and raised an eyebrow at her. She gave him a cold glance and closed her eyes again. That set Xie Lin Lin off. She rushed over to Zhao Jian. Jian, get one of Qin's faves in here. She's been off her rocker today. Zhao Jian took a hard look at Chen Qin, brows furrowed. He instinctively reached out to ruffle her hair. Chen Qin, like she had a sixth sense, immediately turned away. Stone cold, she dropped. I've got things to do. I'm out. Xie Lin Lin watched her storm off and immediately chased after her. Chen Qin, wait up! My homeroom teacher walked me to the legendary Science Class 1. They say getting in basically puts one foot in the door of a top university. But I didn't care about any of that. I just wanted a quiet, clean start. What I didn't expect. The second I pushed open that door, the scene hit me like a wall. Dead silence. Everyone had their heads down grinding. Homework, practice tests. Not a single person slacking. My teacher clapped on the desk. Every head snapped up at once. Dozens of eyes locked onto me. She jutted her chin. Time to introduce myself. I looked out at that sea of faces, heart racing, palms sweating. All those memories of being bullied came flooding back. Just looking at you brings me bad luck. Broke-ass nobody. Why don't you just drop dead? I went pale and choked out, hey everyone, just call me Chen. The words barely left my mouth, and I braced myself for the mockery.